bear. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap our top stories, the number of people to have fled Ukraine has now surpassed 2 million people, according to the United Nations. The UN has also urged Russia to allow people safe passage from cities such as Mariupol after reports humanitarian corridors have come under attack. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky will address the UK's House of Commons later, and Japan is set to introduce further sanctions on Russia and Belarus. That's the latest feature story news. Chris Jones reporting.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Getting started on a Tuesday. It's Scott and my sister Val. Good morning, Val.
Morning. Morning.
All right. Live from Deer Park. Yay.
Yay. I'm awake and I'm here. You know, this is the first time I think since I started doing the morning show with you this last go round that I forgot it was Tuesday. My husband gets out of bed and I'm laying there and we have a white noise machine to, help us sleep. And he turns off the white noise machine and I was like, honey, I was going to lay here a little bit yet. And he goes, it's Tuesday. And I was like, oh no.
It's so rough being retired.
It is. You lose track of the days.
Well, thanks for getting up and being here this morning.
Oh, you're welcome.
Everything seems to be working. It's kind of one of those iffy things because we gutted the studio over the weekend. I'd spent like a day getting a laptop ready, and we transferred everything to the laptop, and then we tore apart the studio, me and the new manager, Michelle. And I let her go for some of it because it was so tedious. I've been putting, so every wire, I think almost every wire, unless it's obvious, like it goes right to the CD player or something like that, has a little sticker on it and a tag that tells where it goes on both ends. Just
good job.
Yeah, just because with me leaving and stuff, and it was a mess. Like a spider threw up behind the control board. I mean, it was horrible. And it's all neat and tidy now. I still got a couple things that I'm poking at. But the weird thing about doing something like that, everything's working when you tear it apart, and then when you put it back together, you have all these glitches.
Of course.
I lost one piece of equipment. That I have no idea why. When I plugged it back in, only one channel worked, and it's like a vocal compressor, so if like somebody yells or something, and so it doesn't work anymore. And then we have to actually, the way this is set up, we use an old school radio to monitor, an old school like amplifier that would have the radio and an auxiliary channel and that kind of stuff in it. So the guys, since we have a delay, can flip back and forth and make sure we're still on the radio and that kind of stuff, or monitor the radio side of it, or the control room. So we use an old school I don't know what you even call it, tuner. And we've been through a few of them over the past decade, and they're all older, when you get for what we need. And when you get them, they're, from older component systems. And the last one, when I pulled out the plug, I pulled it by the cord and broke it.
Oh,
so then I had to fix that. And then I just had a computer that said, no, I used to like having 3 sound cards, but I don't anymore. What? How is this even possible? You liked it before. Oh, I think I spent probably 3 hours messing with that computer alone. And
wow.
Then I think we spent an entire hour trying to get a cable through the wall. You would swear both of us were Polish. I shouldn't say that because the Polish people have proven they're so much better than the rest of us and so much kinder and giving. All right.
So now that you have all this experience in doing this, can I get you to come do all the chords behind my TV?
If you crack open one of your homemade bottles of wine and I can tell you what to do, yes.
Okay. Because that's how between the TiVo and the old school DVD player and karaoke stuff and our speakers and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even. Yeah, it looks bad.
Val has a.
I'm hoping.
Just so you know, Val has a karaoke system tied into the home entertainment system with disco lights.
Yep. I am Scott's sister.
I always like to say, though, most of my flashing lights and all that kind of stuff, the disco lights, they're in the bedroom.
Are you sure the strobe effect won't bother your date?
It's kind of hypnotizing, actually.
You have a warning on the door.
Yeah.
You know about epilepsy and flashing strobe lights.
Stop, Val. Stop.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.
That's what I usually tell them. Debriefing, cocktails. All right. Now you made me giggle and I don't even know where we left off. All right.
All right.
But
you
yeah.
were coming over to my house to organize.
No. That's not it. That's not it. And I heard you've been involved in like setting up a roast.
Yes.
Did you know that I knew that you were involved? Things don't hide well in Chihuahua.
No, I've been chatting with Joe for a month or so about this, and so I'm like, you better let Scott know so we can get some input from him and how he wants us to look. So.
Well, when he told me, I was like, they're a little too dirty, even for me sometimes, but I love the roasts. Now they move. Back in our day, it was the Dean Martin celebrity roast or whatever.
Right.
And then it went to Comedy Central, and they really, it really got a lot more edgy. So I'm hoping if you guys are going to do this to me, and that's what it is, it's a going away roast, I guess, for Scott. I want it to be super edgy. If you guys are going to roast me, you better do it upright. It better be horrifying.
So this is going to be a roast for adults only?
I'm thinking so. Well,
I'm thinking it should be.
I'm thinking so. I think we'll have to set a age limit on that. All right.
Yeah, I'm thinking because I've got one already that I have in mind, and yeah.
Ooh. And I was thinking Dr. Jazz needs to be a roaster too, because I have a feeling he would really tear me up. If given the chance.
I do better, on the spot. I can be really snarky on the spot, but I'm going to have to think about this a little bit so I have my notes in order.
All right. I was thinking about it and trying to make sure all the volunteers were here, maybe doing something like an hour early or something with the volunteers. And then I thought about Grumpy John not being here, and then I got all sad.
Oh, yes.
And our friend Grumpy John, his memorial, I believe, is coming up this weekend. I'll verify date and time, but I believe it is Saturday, if I'm mistaken. And then there's going to be something at the Catholic Church, and then there will be a follow-up party, I believe, at the American Legion. So if you happen to be in the know on the dates and stuff, because I missed that in the paper and then went back and tried to find it and I couldn't, post it on this morning's show. If not, I'll go find it somewhere and get it up. But if you know that information about Grumpy John and his memorial service, go ahead and post it on our Facebook this morning. And so far, nobody's checked in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hope it's working. And if you hear anything glitchy because of that studio wiring, please let us know. So I'm listening, and hopefully there's no hum. Because that's always the worst thing is when you get the hum in there. Yeah, don't make one.
Oh.
Wow. All right. Weather forecast today: 39 and 19 with snow flurries and snow showers. It's beautiful sunshine in here. How about Deer Park?
It is clouded over, but we have not seen any snow or rain. I think we have 38 for temperature right now, so it would definitely be rain if we get something, but nothing so far.
All right. So 39 for a high, 19 for a low tonight with on and off snow showers this evening, breaking into overcast later at night. That overnight low 19, chance of snow 30%. And then we've got a little cold snap. Daytime highs aren't bad, though. It's not going to be as bad as it was. It's those. It's just the nighttime low down to 19 tonight and 16 tomorrow. But tomorrow's daytime high is still 35 under mostly sunny skies. So that cold snap that I was talking about last week that was supposed to run like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it has really lightened up. By Thursday, we're back to 40 and 25 and partly cloudy. By Friday, 43. By Saturday, 49. Sunday, 47. There is some stormy stuff in there. So people in the mountains might be, or passes, might be seeing some snow. But down here in the valleys, we should be cool. By next week, I see 50s. 50,
Nice.
51. All right.
Spring is coming.
Spring. I
Next,
saw a fly yesterday. I was like, oh, man, did we get a Kentucky Fried Chicken? Because that's the only place I think flies live in the winter, isn't it?
Yeah. We've just been hearing all the different birds again. I haven't seen a robin in the yard, but, all the bird sound is back. So,
Yeah.
so.
I'm such a cat person. Yesterday, I went out and caught one. I'm kidding.
I've been taking Kitten out on in her halter and leash and taking her outside, and it's just hilarious to see her when she sees a bug, pouncing on it and having a great old time.
I've never seen this before. Imagine when the world was new again.
So she loves to play in mud puddles too. She had a blast playing in the mud puddles.
No, that's weird for a cat.
She normally in the house you have to watch and make sure you put the toilet seat down because she likes to drop her toys in water. So it's her water bowl, or if you left the toilet lid open,
She'll put a toy in it? That's funny.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
She drops her toys in water and loves mud puddles. So
you should have blamed it on Brad. Honey, come in the bathroom. I have something I want to discuss. I think we should go to the doctor because...
Right. That's what I was going to say. You might want to see a doctor.
There's a mouse and a string in the toilet, and you were the last one in there. I want to know what you've been getting into. Stay out of the cat toys, Brad.
Please. She's got these, one of her favorite toys are these plastic springs because they'll fly across the hard floors and stuff. And so that's what I usually find in the toilet or the water bowl. So.
I don't know. Now I'm just picturing Brad on his back, like cats do, with his paws up in the air.
Doing the whole washing of the ears.
Yeah. Using the litter box. So you're going to beat me up? Oh, you're going to have to play this part back for him.
There you go.
All right. And then I'll hide.
Run.
Run. I will run. He's like twice as tall as I am. It's weird when he gives you a hug. It's like, oh, your belly. So tall. It's not fair. It's so not fair. All right. Serious for a couple minutes? Can we try?
Okay.
Can we
try?
We could try. Just I said some things like last week. I know that irritated people, but everybody's got their own opinion on what's going on in the state of the world. All I want to say is I'm amazed at since the governments can't do anything because of the threat of nuclear war over Ukraine. Impressed what people are doing, especially the people from Poland. Like on the news that we just aired, there was a woman who traveled 20 hours to pick up 3 strangers she didn't know. But the people of Poland, how they stepped up from day one is amazing. Amazing.
We're looking at 2 million refugees now.
Yes, that's what they said this morning. But the people of Poland, wow!
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and we should feel bad now about all the Polish jokes that we used to.
I know, I did one this morning already. And immediately apologized after I said it. But no, good. That's it's their neighbors. And the whole thing about, I kind of in the beginning was like, well, I kind of get he doesn't want NATO next door, but after he's conquered Ukraine, he's still got NATO next door in Poland. So is Poland next?
Yeah, and if it is, then we're going to see things amp up drastically.
Well, we have to because they're a NATO country, and I think it's. Right. I would say I don't know for sure. One in, all in. So if NATO declares war, they're all in. So yeah, and that would be horrible. It's just it's horrible to say too, and it's the only time I've ever agreed with the televangelist when Lindsey Graham came out and said he needs to be assassinated. But you would think that sooner or later the Russians will riot.
Yes, there. How many protesters are in jail now in Russia? Like 7,500 that they've arrested. I don't know. We don't know what happened to them once they were arrested, but there are people standing up in his own country. So.
Well, and they've got the fake news problem. I read a really cool article that talked about he's been grooming his people for this for the past year because he has such tight control on media. We like to say that we can't trust our media and stuff, but they really can't over there. And he's been using the term neo-Nazi about the Ukrainians for a year, trying to get people scared so that they'd be okay with this. And then he turns off any way they can find out other information. He's blocked it from getting into the country. Right. So yeah, that's just not fair. If everybody knew the truth.
Yeah, Zelensky is Jewish.
Those Jewish neo-Nazis. That doesn't even make sense.
Exactly. But when does crazy ever make sense?
It doesn't. It doesn't. And just the we've gone so far, and in our country too, with this. Let's just make a lie and confuse people. All you have to say is there was election fraud, and people are going to jump all over it. And it's the same kind of way there. He's throwing these terms. He's got, I'm sure, the majority of his country horrified of what the Ukrainians are going to do to him. Right. And it's not even true, and you can't get the information in there. It's too bad we can't fly over and drop leaflets. We've done that kind of stuff before.
We have, back in the previous World Wars, so yeah.
There was one commentator over the weekend, though, a couple times that I just popped it on to see if anything had changed, that said the truth eventually comes out, and they'll slowly get it, and, they've got to be scratching their head just from the information they get, because when you read it, it's just like, wow, really, he's saying this to people and they're buying it? But we do it in our own country, too. Look at the basis of World War II. People bought into what Hitler had brainwashed them,
into for a period of time. And so, the people of his nation bought into that whole thing, too.
Well, our nation bought into a whole thing. A group of people bought into a whole thing and stormed our own capital. Mm-hmm. That's horrific. That's horrific. When are we going to become evolved as a species? Because this is just ridiculous, this kind of behavior, Yeah.
Definitely. Yep.
All right. A couple other people doing good stuff. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis came out last week and were raising money for people of Ukraine. They're halfway to their goal of raising $30 million. Already got $16 million in funds. That's for a couple of actors getting in on it. That is pretty massive.
Yeah, and they said that they would. I think they would match 10% of that, so they were giving $3 million.
Wow, themselves. Nice.
Themselves, yeah.
Nice. Wow. Because if the government was going to feed them, it'd cost them $1 billion, but private people can feed them for $1 million. How
does that work?
Yeah. But that's
it's to see the children. That's what's heartbreaking in this whole thing. And
the moms,
children refugees. Yes, heartbreaking.
So just kind of an update that I get from a friend of mine who's has a Ukrainian female friend, not girlfriend, but female friend in Ukraine. And at the very beginning, she could tell it was going to go south. She packed up what she could, the two kids who were teenagers, and her 80-year-old mom, and they went to Poland. And they were in, I think, the first day. She's back there now, and sent him a picture of her with an AK-47.
Mm-hmm.
She left her mom there and her kids in Poland, and she went back, and she's going to fight. And I had to think, they were talking about Russians setting down their arms and stuff like that. Can you imagine going into a place, and there's 6 women with automatic weapons pointing at them? As a guy, are you going to have the stomach to shoot at them? And if you did, are you going to be able to live with yourself after you look what you did?
Right.
It's crazy. Crazy. And how I don't understand how anybody can see the stuff coming out of Ukraine and from the people. Forget the government stuff aside. It's a people thing, and not have it tugging at their heartstrings. It's just, and they're definitely not neo-Nazis. They except for their accents, they seem really American, don't they?
They do. I was just looking at when they're doing some of the interviews and stuff. I'm like, yeah, they're just. I mean, moms that love their children just like we do in this country.
Oh my God, they're human.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just. It's heartbreaking. Brad and I were like, you know what? We would take in some refugees here in our home because it's, we've got the room. So, you just feel, I don't know, my heart breaks for them.
I'm impressed with Poland too, is how and the other countries surrounding too, like even the Moldova, who have their own problems, and Slovenia. You come in, they're letting you into the country, and they're giving you coupons for places to stay and some cash so you can eat yourself and rent yourself an apartment. And here's a place where you can go to get a job.
Yeah.
And Poland's really big on that. There all these people coming in the country. They're trying to give them places to stay and jobs. It's a wonderful thing. For all the times we sit around whining about humanity and how horrible it is and all this kind of stuff, and then you see this kind of generosity in people during a crisis, it kind of warms you up and thinks maybe there is hope for the planet.
Yes, exactly. That when push comes to shove, people are there for each other. And I love that. So
drove around Chihuahua over the weekend, found the cheapest gas I could. And more coming, more problems with gas. Expect it to maybe go up more unless the president releases some reserves. President Joe Biden has decided to ban Russian oil imports, toughening the toll on Russia's economy in retaliation for its invasion of Ukraine. The move follows pleas by Ukrainian President Zelensky to the U.S. and Western official to cut off imports, which have been a glaring omission in the massive sanctions. Nobody wanted to give up the gas. America, the first one to do it.
Oh, yay. Yay for us.
It is going to hit us in the pocketbook, though.
Oh, definitely.
I'm already thinking about it. If the price keeps going up by the end of the month, how am I going to get to the other side of the country where I'm moving? What I budgeted for gas, I now have to double.
Right.
Wow. And I feel sorry for the kids, too, because big move for them. But, yeah, we're going to have to, whatever we were going to plan for gas, I better double it. It's a long way to the other side of the continent.
You know what? I think back to how our government in the height of COVID, when the airlines were losing massive amounts of business, how they subsidized, they gave them money, the airlines. So it's like, why can't the government in some way offset our costs or open up more of the reserves we have and things like that?
Well, just imagine if every state would drop the taxes till the crisis is over. Wow. We can really have gas for $1 a gallon?
That's about it. I think our taxes are like 40 cents on a gallon or more.
I thought it was more, but maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it would definitely make a huge difference. So.
Oh, but they're not going to pass up that cash. Yeah.
Well, I can get frustrated with our state just because some of the things that they tax us on. You just look at the alcohol taxes, that one of them was supposed to drop off after the first year and a half or something. It never did. So they're getting all of those taxes, which about doubles the price of a bottle of liquor in the state. They're getting all that tax. They're getting the cannabis taxes.
That don't even get started on the cannabis taxes, because that should have filled some huge voids. There should have been no need to raise taxes again ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
So
And they've just taken all that
frustrating.
money and stuck it in somewhere and whining that they don't have enough. Come on. You got a whole new sin tax base. That had to, at least increase their annual budgets by several percentage points. It had to.
I think the government, though, are along the lines of what we do sometimes as people. You get a huge raise and then you buy more stuff.
You mean the states shopping on Amazon? Huh.
Yes. And when push comes to shove, you really haven't gained any more money, just more stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
It's going to be interesting too, just to see how high this is going to go. Hopefully, we'll never get near California's $7 a gallon that they're seeing already.
That's scary. Scary. This will push everybody into electric cars. I know a few people have been out looking for them. There's no electric cars. I'm sure. Yeah, I bet. In City of Trujillo, you could get a golf cart. It's almost spring. That's what I'm saying. And just put a car shell over it and do about like a mile an hour in a Porsche. Just setting over a golf cart. All right, Biden.
I just thought of a great job, though. I mean, a great new business to set up as we get into electric cars.
Shh.
So
don't share it then, Val.
All right.
No, go ahead.
I was just thinking, how if you run out of gas, you have to go get a gas can and stuff, and fill up your car if you ran out of gas on the road. So you could have a job, if you had a power supply that you and somebody didn't realize that they needed more juice to make it.
You could drive out and rescue them.
Drive out and rescue them with a battery.
Well, that might not be efficient though if you drive out there in a truck with 2 generators to charge the car battery.
I know, but they pay you for that, right? They gotta pay it.
All right. Good luck with that. All right.
It's an excellent idea, and anybody listening will tell you so.
That's like my solar panel fishing boat that sank. I didn't know you couldn't put that many panels on a fishing boat. Never imagined it go underwater. All of a sudden, it was my solar submarine. It didn't work. But I still have a dream of attaching solar panels to a fishing boat, like at least 3 of them, and powering the electric boat motor. So,
okay,
I'm gonna take it out on the ocean in Maine. Goodbye, cruel world. All right. Let's finish this up. Biden was set to announce today about the gas, stopping to use Russian gas, which we use a huge amount of. The person that gave the information was speaking on anonymity.
It's actually a very small amount of oil that we actually get from Russia.
Oh, good. Well, then
I think it's in the. I've heard 2 different numbers. 7% of our. I've heard 7% and I've heard 3% of our oil actually comes from Russia. That is a tremendously small amount. So
we could squeeze that much out of our hair.
Exactly.
All right, Biden was set to announce this, but the whole story, I guess, is on a condition of anonymity. White House said Biden would announce actions to continue to hold Russia accountable for its unprovoked and unjustified war on Ukraine. He probably doesn't want to say that there's going to be a few more gas glitches out of the fear. Let's say the U.S. will be acting alone, but in close consultation with European allies who are more dependent on Russian energy supplies. European nations have said they plan to reduce their reliance on Russia for their energy needs, but filling the void without crippling their economies takes time. Natural gas from Russia accounts for 1/3 of Europe's consumption of the fossil fuel. Well, that doesn't make sense because obviously he's the kind of guy that'll turn it off. And he'll tell you, oh no, I'll leave it on. Then he turns the button to off because he's a liar. Right.
He's a liar, pants on fire.
Yeah, that's like that whole humanitarian where people are trying to get across the border and they're supposed to make humanitarian lines of, for foot traffic. Oh, yeah, we agreed to that. Wait till they start. Then they bomb them. That's crazy.
Right.
To say, yes, you can safely leave the country and then shoot at you. All right, let's see. Biden.
From what I'm seeing online, there's a couple different answers. Anywhere from 7 to 8% of our oil comes from Russia. So it's a very small amount.
National average was 406 on Monday. And they said
Wow.
it's, and that's what they said, gasoline is soared an average of 45 cents a gallon. Well, not here. Way more than that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's Washington. As soon as they saw it coming, they probably added another tax.
Probably.
Hey, gas is going to go up. Let's tax it again. All right, we made it through weather. We made it through. We had some fun stuff, and then we had some tough stuff, and now let's go back to the fun stuff and head for bits and breaks this morning.
All right.
And it's the one and only Val. What do you got first, Val?
Oh, let's see. We've got a couple different things going on today. So I'm going to start with 4 things you didn't know yesterday.
Well, that'll be easy.
In 2001, when Russia's Mir space station fell out of space and burned up on its way back to Earth, more than 100 books were inside.
So I can get those on Amazon.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry. Just a joke.
Another one, earthworms don't have eyes.
Oh, yuck.
They can't see the birds coming.
Then how do they? Oh, they must, because I was like, when you're trying to catch them, and then they pull themselves right back into the ground. So it must be the vibrations, obviously.
It must be. Yeah. Of all 50 states, California grows the most food.
Really?
Really? That's interesting.
That's why everybody's going crazy.
Well, grape is a food.
Great. Funny.
8% of adults eat cookies for breakfast at least once a week.
Really? Wow.
I think our dad ate cookies for breakfast.
Yes, he did. Cookies and beer.
Hey, he just drank coffee till noon and then he switched to beer.
Put that cookie down!
Like that.
Oh, sorry.
Only happen in the movies, Robin.
It was not supposed to
Real
happen.
life.
It was not supposed to work like that. That's a leftover right there. That was a leftover from rewiring the studio, but I think I got it fixed. And what do people eat for breakfast, Val?
And cookies.
Put that cookie down! Now!
Our dad would get up in the middle of the night and eat cookies.
That's how I got fat. Because I developed that same habit. Or maybe it's genetics. It's the middle of the night. I woke up. I should eat something. That won't wake me up at all.
It must mean that your blood sugar drops significantly at night or something. And your body realizes it needs
something. Yeah. It's weird.
Okay.
Wake up hungry. A lot of people do it, though. That's a tough thing for a lot of people, especially dieting. You know, it's like, and I did it last night. And I was, I need a snack. I don't have any. That's a cure for it. Just don't have any snacks.
I just don't have any in the house.
Yeah. A couple of days ago, I woke up gnawing on the side of the fridge. There's nothing in here.
Sometimes you wake up feeling like your insides are being gnawed on, though.
All right. Speaking of waking up, how about the most common dreams in every country?
Oh, okay.
We're all human, except for my sister. But that doesn't mean we all dream about the same thing when we hit the hay. You see how I worked that in? Pretty cool.
I saw that, yeah.
Dailyinfographic.com wanted to find the most common dream in every country, so it looked at Google search results by country and volume. The most Googled dream in the world is about snakes.
Oh.
Creepy.
That's interesting.
52 countries Google this dream more than any other. If you're dreaming about snakes, you've got a sneaky problem.
A sneaky problem?
I guess.
Sneaky snake?
Yes. All right. In the United States, the most
Well, and I was going to say, a group of friends and I used to do what we call dream groups. So we'd get together, you'd share a dream, your friends would help you interpret what it meant. And so snake in a dream to me would be like, are you shedding your skin? What changes are coming up? Are you making personal changes? So, yeah.
I imagine there's a lot of wine drinking while that's going on, too.
Well, my wine group had a dream problem.
Or vice versa. All right. So, let's see. Results by country by country and volume. In the United States, the most dreamt dream is your teeth falling out. What? Teeth falling out?
I used to have dreams. I haven't had one in, years and years and years. But I used to dream that my teeth would crumble.
Wow. I wonder
Yeah.
that's people that are grinding their teeth, and that's what they dream about, teeth.
Maybe.
Wow, that's a weird one. I thought it would have been the falling dream,
Yes.
where you feel like you're falling. But I would have thought that would have been the same, that they'd have to etch that one out because it'd be the same in every country. But I'm not. Apparently, it's contagious because the people in Canada also can't stop dreaming about their teeth falling out.
That's just interesting. Why do we dream that?
I think not anymore, but mine for a long time was the falling off a bridge thing. And I think the reason why that started was the first time when I was a kid and I heard that rhyme. Pete and repeat went down to the river and Pete fell in and who lived?
What was left?
And that's all I dreamt about then for 10 years was Pete falling in the river. All right. Somehow I added a bridge, though. In Algeria, it's the same one that's my second most horrific dream, marriage.
They dream about getting married.
Yes.
Huh.
Oh, it almost sounds warm and fuzzy and depressing at the same time. Yeah, I do not have that dream anymore.
Because you call it a nightmare.
Yes, right. In Brazil, there's those pesky snakes again.
Wow.
In Ethiopia, it's shoes. Oh, man, that's horrible. Do you think it's maybe because there might be a shortage of them? I'm saying that nicely, not to make a joke.
I don't know.
All right. In Albania, it's my third most dream. Breasts.
I thought that was number one for you.
Yeah, I'm just delivering the news here, folks. I'm just reading what's in front of me. Going along with that, Switzerland and Italy, the most dreamt dream, pregnancy.
Oh, I've dreamt I was pregnant. I think quite a few times. And and then there's a part of your brain that still can be logical. You're like, how can I be pregnant?
Wow. I wonder if any guys are having that too.
Sure, that would be interesting.
For it to be the most dreamt dream in Switzerland and Italy, I'd say some guys got to be dreaming about being pregnant too.
They have to be.
Yeah. In Jordan and Palestine, cutting hair.
I don't know if I've ever had a dream about my hair getting cut.
Oh, all right. Oh, there's a big old map with the most common dream in every country. So it's got every country in the United States. Wow. If I knew my countries, you could name a country and then I could tell you what it was. Let's see. Ecuador's snakes. Venezuela is lice.
Ew.
Oh, in Argentina.
That's worse than snakes.
Yeah, in Argentina, the most dreamt dream is spiders. Spiders. All right, that's from a kid's cartoon, but I don't remember which one. Speaking of kids' cartoons, I realized watching the news over the weekend that Vladimir Putin looks just like Gru.
Like Gru?
From Despicable Me.
Oh, see, and I don't know the cartoons like that.
Because he's got a big fat head and a pointy nose from the side, too. And he's chubby. I mean, I saw the side profile of Putin, and I went, oh, my God, it's Gru from Despicable Me. Oh.
Now I'm going to have to look up pictures of that.
All right. And Mally, the most dreamt dream is, I see dead people.
Oh,
yeah.
Ghosts or?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I can't even say the name of the country, but it's eating. X's is on there in some countries. Hats. In Greece, they dream about hats. The most dreamt dream is hats.
I find this all fascinating.
Yeah. There's one country, Andorra. It's X relationships. A lot of teeth falling out. I mean, that one's just crazy.
Teeth and snakes seem to be a common dream.
And marriage, weddings. Armenia, you should go there. They dream about grapes.
Just like me.
Yeah. And in Qatar, they dream about the sea. Arg! They be the kind of dreams I have. In Namibia, what do they dream about? Squirrels. And Bolivia,
that is hilarious.
And Bolivia and Guyana, it's babies.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. Costa Rica, the dead. They dream about the dead. And in Haiti, cars.
Thinking about death there, too. It is Haiti.
Yeah. Cars. In the Bahamas, they dream about doves. Okay, there you go. The most dreamt dreams in lots of countries that Scott's never been to.
I just find this fascinating.
It's psychologically fascinating. All right. Let's see. I got turned around. Back to you, Val. What do you got?
What movie would be better if you added dinosaurs?
All movies.
Yes.
Godzilla? Is Godzilla on the list?
It's not on the list, but that would be a good one.
Isn't Godzilla kind of a dinosaur anyway? Oh, no, he's a kaiju.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Terminator.
Yeah?
That would be better with dinosaurs. You know,
Oh.
they made a miscalculation and sent him back 65 million years instead.
Like a 10-minute movie? They appear and something just eats them right away.
Yeah. Waterworld.
Oh, well, there's no land.
Man, they pterodactyls, I think, right there.
Okay. I'm kind of
Aliens versus predators versus dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah. That, you know what? Somebody from Sci-Fi Channel is going to hear about this. Because that's right up their alley.
What about Sharknado? That would be kind of fun.
Sharknado versus dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Dinosaur-nado. Sharkosaurus.
There you go.
Oh.
Another one they had on the list was Castaway.
Oh, excellent, because I don't like Tom Hanks.
I was thinking like Groundhog Day because he keeps getting eaten by dinosaurs.
Just keep getting in my dinosaurs over and over and over and over. You're sick, Val. You're sick.
Well, of course. I'm, your sister.
All right. It's here. I got two. I got a quick one and kind of a game. All right. It's KCHW Chihuahua 806 right now. Live and let live, yes. But if you make an Instagram account for your baby and then write posts as though it's the baby writing, you should have to go in prison for at least a little bit. The tweet of the week from I'm Teddy Bless. I kind of like that. Although Lindsay did make a Twitter page for Mooch one time and then would post the thoughts that she thought the cat was having.
There is, I've got a friend, a friend of the boys from high school. She had her cat with a page. The cat's name was Guinevere, and she had one of those smushed in noses. And so, yeah, those were pretty funny. And then I just saw one the other day. Somebody does like TikTok videos of what their cat's saying. So that was pretty cute.
I couldn't do that. You've met Mooch. Very inappropriate. And mostly negative. All right. All right. And then my second one is pick the worst. I'm gonna go just ask you a few questions, give you two choices. You have to pick the worst, okay?
Okay.
All right.
It's kind of like Would You Rather.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But I didn't want to call it that because it's trademarked.
Oh.
So I don't have any fanfare music, so I'll apologize for that. But if you're ready, are you ready? Or maybe I have I have a game show. No. Oh.
Ding ding
ding ding. All right, it's time for pick the worst. And I don't have any theme music. Sorry. This is the best I can do, Val.
Okay.
Oh, that was perfect. Okay, a restaurant meal with hair in it, or a restaurant meal that's cold.
Definitely a restaurant meal that's cold.
That's the worst?
No, that would be the best. So
I want you to pick the worst. Okay.
Okay, the hair in it would be the worst.
All right. That won by 81%, by the way. All right. Talking to someone who has food stuck in their braces, or talking to someone who has food stuck in their beard?
Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, I braces?
There's no wrong answer here, Val. But most people chose food in the beard.
Okay.
Which I would kind of, I don't know. They're both disgusting. But I would say food in your braces is more acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Garlic breath or morning breath?
Garlic breath, I think, is worse.
You ever smelled people that to eat too much garlic?
Oh, yeah. It's not just their breath. It's coming out their pores.
It's them in general. Sorry.
I probably told this story before, but when I worked at the bank in Deer Park, we had some older people that would come in like weekly to, make deposits, get cash, whatever it may be. But I knew the ones that ate garlic. And so when they would come up to your window, I would take like a deep breath in while I was getting the money out of the till, and then I would count it all out in one breath so I wouldn't have to inhale.
That's why I'm never taking off my mask. All right. How do you make it better, Val? Teach me.
Oh, I don't know if there's an answer to this one either. But there was a question the former CEO of YouTube would ask job interviewees. She would ask about a specific product YouTube had released or a neutral product, something she says they used, and then ask the interviewee, how do you make it better? Okay. So one of the questions was the movie theater. How would you make a movie theater better?
Well, I think they already, cocktails.
Yeah, and there are a few that do that, and that's why we frequent the one out of the casino, because they will serve you food and alcohol.
I know that some of the theaters have put in some pretty swanky recliners, but I think to make a movie theater better, I'd like a bed. I pay extra for that ticket. A little lamp. Nightstand. Oh,
nightstand, the whole bit.
And when the movie's over, you just get to curl up and go to sleep.
There you go. It's bad enough with the recliners, though, about falling asleep halfway through the movie.
Especially if it's slow. Yeah, I'm going to nod right off.
Oh, you know what? I think there should be a rewind button when you miss an important plot.
Or you have to go to the bathroom?
Yes, you could pause it. Yeah. I miss the intermissions. Sorry, it took me a minute to get the right word. Because like the new Batman movie that just came out is 3 hours long. So I know at some point I'm going to need to use the restroom.
And you're going to miss something.
But I don't want to miss anything. Yeah. So you try to kind of pick a slower part of the show.
I was waiting for the romantic interludes, and that's when I go to the bathroom.
I don't need to see this.
This is trouble. This is just going to lead to more trouble.
Yeah, I want the intermissions brought back for those really long shows.
Intermissions, that's good. And, the rewind thing, it ain't going to work because everybody that goes to the bathroom is going to come back and rewind it. That'd lead to 8-hour movies.
It's true.
Come on, people. We all need to go to the bathroom at the same time. Intermission.
Right,
okay.
Right.
All right, you got it.
That's why I often wait for them to come out on, streaming platforms so that you can pause and rewind it, all that.
All right.
All right. How about another one? How would you make the mailbox in front of your house better?
Ooh, I got this one.
Okay.
Bank tube. It just goes thunk and ends up in the house. Oh. I wonder if rich people have already done this.
That would be cool.
And what? It's expensive to put in, but yeah. And they'd love to have that sound. Thunk. Hey, honey, mail's here.
Well, in the old days when they used to put them through the little flap in the door.
I like that too.
Yeah. Right. I'm thinking with the way the world is right now, I need a security camera built into mine. And people come steal mail.
And a remote controlled gun.
At least a squirt gun. That'd be kind of funny. They open up your mailbox and it squirts them in the eye.
Just ink them. Just ink them.
Ink them. How about mace? But you'd have to remember to turn off that feature when you open your mailbox.
I think it'd be funny to have like a small dog, like a really angry Yorkie in there. So when the mailman opens the door, the dog just starts going,
because those are the scariest dogs. Give me
little snappers. Ow, ow.
Give me a German Shepherd any day. Those little yappers will chew on your ankles.
Especially those little chihuahuas with the apple heads. Yeah, they're creepy. I mean, if aliens came down and they look like chihuahuas, we'd kill them. That's probably why the aliens don't come. Maybe they look like chihuahuas. I don't know.
Maybe pugs. Pugs are another one.
Oh, yeah. It's not something you should have in your house.
Sorry, people with pugs and chihuahuas.
Yeah, sorry, man.
They might feel the same way about our cats.
That's right. But I can guarantee you my cat's not as gassy as that pug. All right. Guaranteed.
Yeah, really, because my kitten, when I first got her at 9 months,
you said that.
She could clear a room.
I've never heard
of
cat.
Yeah.
Well, Val, if you're having a big problem with cat farts, you're petting the wrong end.
Well, it was when you picked her up and accidentally squeezed her belly a little bit.
Wow. Really? You picked her up and squeezed her belly and she tooted?
Yes. Just when you, in the process of picking up a cat, you probably squeeze them a little bit. Yeah. And then she would fart and it was really bad. So we called her Farts a lot for a while.
Oh, man, I can't find it. I used to have this one. I didn't know you could get so much custard out of such a small cat. All right. Top selling cereals of 2021. Apparently, lockdown makes you eat a lot of cereal.
I don't remember the last time I had a bowl of cereal.
I can't believe this, that any kind of cereal from them would be number one. What do you think the number one most eaten cereal in 2021 was?
Is it a cereal that you consider gross? Or
Yes, I consider it gross. We never really ate it as kids unless we had to. But it seemed to always be there. Thanks, Mom. And it's a pretty boring cereal.
Cheerios?
Yes. But at the number one place was Honey Nut Cheerios. Like, that makes them better.
Well, they do have some, some of the different flavors of Cheerios that I would consider eating, but it's like a bowl. Eat a bowl of sugar in the morning. You'd be better off.
Well, that's because you have to put the sugar on it to make it taste good. If you're like, okay, because regular Cheerios at number 4, and that's like cardboard and milk for breakfast.
But they're heart healthy. Haven't you seen the commercials?
Oh, whatever. Cereal is not healthy in any form. I'm sorry.
No.
All right. Number 2 was Cinnamon Toast Crunch because making toast with cinnamon on it, too much.
Oh, we lived on that as kids, I think.
All right. Frosted Flakes. Are they frosted with cocaine or sugar? Because I can't tell the difference.
Especially after you've eaten them.
Yeah, I know. I rush around, and then I crash hard. And that's what I found with cereal. Like, I can go a long time without eating, for the day. I can go past lunch sometimes and not eat till afternoon if I'm like trying to do the daily fast thing or stuff. But if I eat any kind of cereal in the breakfast, I am hungry all day.
Yes,
because I ate a bunch of nothing. Yeah, it like kicks your body into like, I need to eat. Oh, give me more. All right.
That's because it's looking for something more nutritious than sugar.
Yeah. Number 4 was plain old Cheerios. Then 5 was Honey Bunches of Oats, which is right up there with Honey Nut Cheerios. This is the boringest list of cereal ever. In fact, it's so boring they just put in Cinnamon Toast Crunch at number 2 and number 6. Finally, some Fruit Loops at number 7, which is tasty cardboard.
I like me Lucky Charms.
And that is number 8.
Oh, yeah.
Are they always after your Lucky Charms, Will?
They're always after me Lucky Charms. I figured so.
And Frosted Mini Wheats at number 9, and 10, another of the boring cereals, Life. And so sad there's no Crunch Berries anywhere on this list because it's so fun. A couple days of Crunch Berries, you need to attend a dentist convention.
and see your diabetes specialist.
Yes. Can I get a Band-Aid for the roof of my mouth? All right, Val, wrap us up with If Men Got Pregnant.
Oh, yes. This is an interesting list right here.
We should have
if
went
men
right
got
to
pregnant-
this. We should have went right to this after the dreaming thing.
We should have. If men got pregnant, maternity leave would last 2 years with full pay. No, so true. So true. And Canada, I think they give you like 18 months of maternity leave. So those crazy Canadians. If men got pregnant, there would be a cure for stretch marks.
That's cruel. That's cruel. Probably true. Yeah, we'd work on it really hard. All right.
Yeah. Morning sickness would rank as the nation's #1 health problem.
Because we whine when we get sick the way it is.
No kidding. Children would be kept in the hospital until toilet trained.
And pets.
They wouldn't think twins were so cute after all.
Yeah, cute when somebody else has them.
They'd stay in bed during the entire pregnancy.
Who wouldn't?
Good excuse to lay in bed and watch Netflix.
Yes.
Restaurants would include ice cream and pickles as main entrees.
Nice. All right. I think that those should have been a lot worse.
I think so too. I mean, if I had enough time, I could think of a couple other ones, I'm sure.
Yes. All right. But we're running long. We better get in our trivia. It's head to head.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
No, it's us.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Okay. All right.
Immediately.
All right. I'm going to start, Val. Average one of these travels 8 miles a year.
The average one of these travels 8 miles a year.
And it's in an office.
Oh, ugh. What?
What might you travel on in an office?
Yourself. I mean, you walk.
Nope.
Oh. What would you travel on in an office?
What's your...
I'm sure it's... Oh, your chair.
There you go. There you go.
Move your chair around?
Think it through.
All right.
All right.
I
saw the smoke on the webcam.
Well, I haven't worked in an office in a long time.
Okay. All right. I'm ready. Go back and forth.
All right. Finish this sentence. 55% of frequent business travelers prefer to sit next to blank.
A hot chick.
No, that would be you, but not 55%.
I'm going to say the window.
No, that wasn't it either.
Really? So let's say it again then, because I must not be listening to you.
Okay. 55% of frequent business travelers prefer to sit next to blank.
I guess the aisle?
No.
The front door.
No.
I give up.
Especially during COVID. What would you prefer to sit next to?
Am I on an airplane?
Well, airplane, bus, I would say any mass transport type of facility.
Who do I want to sit next to on the driver?
I said during COVID.
To sit next to the bathroom.
No, it's nobody. They prefer to have an empty seat next to them. Don't we all?
Wow.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Or I suck again. It's estimated that this is 59 million degrees Fahrenheit. Estimated that this is 59 million degrees Fahrenheit.
The Earth's core.
No, ma'am.
The sun.
Yeah, I'll give you that. The center of the sun.
Okay.
But that's
All
asking a little much to just guess. Okay.
Well, I was thinking the sun was too obvious, but okay.
All right.
Next for you, at the time of his death, Elvis Presley had 18 of these.
When he was at his close to his death, he had 18 of these?
Yeah, at the time of his death, he had 18 of these.
Teeth. Teeth.
No.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not sequined suits either.
Cars?
No.
18 of these. Bathrooms.
Oh, no. But it is something in the home.
Televisions.
Yes, you got it.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding.
Every year, 48,000 Americans are injured by this thing in their house.
48,000 people are injured by this in their house every year.
Yep. And you use it several times a day.
The toilet?
Yes. Ow.
Ow. Is that because somebody left the seat up? Or
Yes. Yes. That's what I'm guessing. All right. Was that your last one? That was my last one.
what? I've got a couple more if we have the time.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. This one might be hard. I'll describe something that's not an animal that is an animal. For example, to run away or escape would be a flea. You got it? So I'm going to give you...
Say it again.
Okay. I'll describe something that's not an animal that is an animal. Okay, so...
Okay.
There's a flea, but then the other meaning for flea would be to run away or escape.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. Hair control foam.
Hairspray?
It's got to be something that would also be an animal.
Oh, and also be an animal. Hair control foam. Moose. I had to think about it because, moose. Okay, I get it now.
Okay. A dull person.
A dull person. A boar.
Yes, good job. A precious or loved one.
A precious or loved one. A child is an animal. So
True.
I think I get credit for that one. But what's the real answer?
Dear.
Oh, I should have got that.
First you get a parking ticket, then you get this.
When you get a fine, but that's not
you get
an
a
animal.
fine.
First you get the parking mad? No. Parking ticket and then you get this. It's a ticket fine. I'm not coming up with it. No.
Toad.
Oh. Ow. Ouch. Okay.
And these make up a chain.
Links.
Yes.
Links. Like Linx. Links. All right.
Links.
All right.
Let's see. What else do I have here? Is this one going to work? Okay. We'll just go with this one. I'll give you a movie title. You mess it up by filling in the blank with the wrong word.
Okay, that's tough.
All right. Clifford the big blank dog.
Stupid.
Clifford the big stupid dog. Because a lot of big dogs are a little bit stupid. Star Wars, The Blank Awakens.
The Blank Awakens. The Kraken? I don't know. That wouldn't be very good. The Kraken.
The Kraken Awakens. That'd be all right. The Hobbit, An Unexpected Blank.
Boar?
That was a good one.
That's all I can think of. An unexpected boar. Talk about sleeping at a movie. Okay.
Yeah. Jumanji, The Blank Level.
Death.
The death level.
Because that's what I felt like every time I watch one of those Jumanji movies. Sooner be dead.
Godzilla, King of the
Apes.
And oceans blank.
Bubbles. Bubbles. Always bubbles in the
Bubbles.
ocean.
I like the bubbles.
All right, wrapping it up right here. Who said this, Val?
Okay.
All right. Whenever it feels uncomfortable to tell the truth, that's often the most important time to tell it. Whenever it feels uncomfortable to tell the truth, that's often the most important time to tell it.
My mother?
Dolly Parton, Jennifer Lopez, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Martha Stewart, or Mom?
Let's see. I'm going to go with Dolly Parton.
You'd think it would have been her, perhaps Ruth Bader Ginsburg, right?
Yeah.
Because Martha Stewart, she doesn't know how to tell the truth. That's why she got an ankle bracelet. Come on. We know that one right away, right? Right?
Yeah.
She got a little criminal in her.
That's like getting advice from the mad person at the insane asylum.
Actually, it was Jennifer Lopez. Whenever it feels uncomfortable to tell the truth, that's often the most important time to tell the truth.
Oh, I didn't know she was so wise.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. All right, checking in. Good morning, Claudia on Facebook, and Michael. And Michael says we should stay away from the tough stuff. All right? Michael, Michael, whenever it feels uncomfortable for me to tell the truth, that's often the most important time for me to tell it.
Bravo, Scott. Bravo.
I can't help you if you can't handle the truth. That's all we're talking about. Unfortunately, everybody has their own version of truth. Mm-hmm.
That's true.
All right. Looking at 8:30, we got news and a sponsor, thank you, and then we're back. We'll have odd news and local birthdays, maybe a little bit more. You'll have to come back and find out, though, and keep on listening. It's KCHW 102.7.
Put that cookie down! Now!
This portion of programming brought to you by New Health.
New Year's resolution or not, at New Health they can help you on your journey to a healthier new year. From preventative exams, chronic disease management, acute illness, dental, pharmacy, and behavioral health care needs, they have you covered in 2022. At New Health, they're committed to promoting health and wellness within our communities by providing integrated, open-access health care for all. Their medical care teams offer in-person visits, curbside care, and telehealth visits. Schedule today for a new patient appointment. Curbside pharmacy pickup and mailing options are available to meet your medication needs. Curbside COVID-19 tests and vaccinations are also available. Contact New Health at 509-935-6004. That's 509-935-6004 to schedule today, or visit their website at newhealth.org for a location nearest you. New patients are welcome, and most insurance plans are accepted, including Medicare, Apple Health Plans, TRICARE, and private insurance. Get healthy with New Health in the new year.
Welcome to 2022 Talks, where we're following our democracy in historic times.
Safety for civilians in Ukraine is not a problem for Russian, because we're not bombarding them, but rather Ukrainian radicals and neo-Nazis who are holding hostage whole towns and cities and are making use of citizens as a human shield.
On day 12 of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Russia's UN ambassador denied its troops are preventing civilians from fleeing the violence. With reports of at least 400 civilian deaths, UN Security Council members called for a ceasefire and additional humanitarian corridors. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby says 500 additional U.S. military support personnel are headed to the region.
We are not and will not send forces into Ukraine. So these additional personnel will be going to NATO's eastern flanks.
In a new poll, 82% of Ukrainians believe the country can repeal Russia's attacks. 63% of respondents believe the country's armed forces are behind the nation's strength, while 58% said military support from the West would be key to victory. Democratic Senator Dick Durbin is among lawmakers from both sides of the aisle calling for a ban on Russian oil imports to further tighten economic pressure.
How can we possibly be importing Russian oil and gas, giving the profits of those transactions to Vladimir Putin to pay for his war machine?
There are concerns such a ban would send gas prices, now averaging $4.10 a gallon, even higher. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris made the case for the transition to green energy.
We are all in the midst of a turning point. We have the technology to transition to a zero-emission fleet. Our administration, together, all of us, is working to make that possibility a reality.
The White House is awarding more than $2 billion in COVID relief funding to help struggling transit agencies and another $1.5 billion for the purchase of low or no emission buses. The U.S. Supreme Court denied requests from Pennsylvania and North Carolina Republicans who wanted lower court rulings over GOP-drawn voting maps thrown out. The challengers argued state legislatures should have precedence over state courts to determine the process for federal elections. Hundreds of truckers who want the national emergency declaration for COVID canceled circled the Capitol Beltway for a second day but did not cause any major disruptions. Brian Brossi with the People's Convoy urged the group to stay out of the city.
I have to worry about the safety of each and every single one of you, and I don't want that on my conscience that I brought people down there and bad stuff happened.
And a D.C. magistrate judge cautioned the Justice Department it might be trampling on the rights of January 6 defendants. The comments came during the trial of a Texas man who the judge said had languished in custody for 6 weeks due to the massive scope of the federal investigation. More than 750 people have been charged. I'm Mary Sherman for Pacifica Network and Public News Service. Find our A-Trust indicators to support transparency and accuracy at publicnewsservice.org.
Your KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock tires, provide collision repairs, including glass, and they have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414.
KCHW 102.7, 837, and we're back from break. I want to roll out local birthdays. We've got a bunch of them today. First up, Tamara Bauman, Kara Hogan, Hazel Hogan, let's see, Christy Park, Corey McLaughlin, and Leah McLaughlin. There you go. Lots of them today. Wow. And yesterday we had an anniversary. We missed it. Oh, my gosh. And I was even with them. What a secret. Wynn and Debbie Husby.
You feel bad now.
I do. Oh no, I'm on next week's. Actually, no birthdays today. But hey, I'm all ready for their anniversary on next Monday.
There you go.
And there was none yesterday either. Wow. Huh. All right. That was totally pointless. How about celebrity birthdays? Please tell me there's some.
Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees is 77.
Oh, what's an old monkey look like?
We grew up on Hey, Hey, we're the Monkees. And we like to monkey around.
Please stop singing before everybody in town leaves. Okay.
Well, excuse me.
Sorry.
NBC's news anchor Lester Holt is 63 today. Aidan Quinn from Elementary 3 as well. Cameron Manheim from Law & Order and The Practice is 61. Freddie Prinze Jr. from She's All That and I Know What You Did Last Summer is 46.
And Scooby-Doo. Don't forget Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. I'll start again. James Vanderbeek from CSI Cyber and Dawson's Creek is 45.
You know, that's a guy. Hold on. That's a guy that actually looks like his name.
Vanderbeek?
Beak. Just saying. Sorry.
You know the celebrities way better than I do. So
okay, all
that's
right.
funny. It's funny. if I'm ever in a like trivia contest, I need you for the entertainment aspect of it, because I know nothing. Tattoo artist and reality TV star Kat Von D is 40, and Milana Vanentrube, from the AT&T commercials, is 35.
Oh, so they got themselves like a progressive girl.
They must have somebody like progressive girl.
All right, a little bit of history. It's called "It Happened Today," and we're going to start off in 1936, when the first stock car race was held in Daytona Beach, Florida. First stock car race. 1983, Ronald Reagan called the Soviet Union an evil empire.
And look where we are today.
Oh, he was right.
Oh. It's so bad, though, because I just glanced at that, and I thought it was evil vampire.
Same thing.
Oh, goodness.
1998, surgeons in China removed a 32-year-old farmer's 3 tongues to allow him to speak and eat normally for the first time in 20 years. The man had grown a second tongue at age 5 and a third tongue by age 12, which makes me say...
Oh my gosh, I'd never heard of such a thing.
Wow!
What's that in your mouth?
That's 3 tongues. And I feel sorry for the next person that uses this mic.
Oh, and it's like, I mean, that's what little kids do, is they're always putting something in their mouths. They'd be like, what is that in your mouth?
Extra tongues?
Extra tongues?
That's horrible.
Oh, weird.
Sorry. Horrible. All right, 2003, North Dakota Governor John Hoeven reported receiving 3 calls the first week on his new secure emergency phone installed at the request of the Federal Department of Homeland Security. 1, a wrong number, and 2, from telemarketers. It's the hotline. Oh.
Our mother has a terrible crush on John Hoeven, the governor of North Dakota. She does. She's like, I think her 90-year-old heart goes pitter-patter when she sees him.
All right. Apparently the governor didn't need any new insurance, or what do they call that on your car?
Warranty.
Yeah.
Extend the warranty on your car.
Didn't need it. Nope. 2009, the last of the Circuit City stores closed their doors. Somebody finally moved into the one on Division Street. Finally. There's another business in there now.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
2012.
What about the video-only stores? How do they stay open?
Yeah. I don't think they do. They're just buildings.
Oh, okay.
And the next inhabitor of the building is too cheap to take down the old video-only sign.
Could be. I thought there was still one by, like, the Texas Roadhouse and the old Costco. I thought there was still a video-only store there, but maybe it finally went out.
Okay. Could be.
Okay.
It seems familiar. 2012, first comprehensive map of the debris field of the Titanic was revealed. Let's see, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 disappeared while flying from, how do you say that, Kuala Lumpur? No.
I don't know.
Anyway, let's see, 2019, all 28 members of the U.S. National Women's Soccer team filed a gender discrimination lawsuit against the U.S. Soccer Federation, accusing it of institutional gender discrimination. The lawsuit claimed that the discrimination affected not only the amount of players, the amount the players were paid, but also their playing, training, and travel conditions. On February of this year, the U.S. Soccer Federation agreed to settle the lawsuit for just $24 million. Wow.
Wow, that's almost $1 million per player, I guess.
Wow. All right. On to special events, it's Val.
All right, the first one is Girls Right Now Day.
And that's right with a W.
They want girls to, girls, I guess they want them to write stories and books and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's International Women's Day.
And going along with that one.
It's Be Nasty Day.
Oh,
that would
horrible.
Be mean. Yeah. I'm not even going to say anything nasty to you, Scott, because that just seems wrong.
First time. Okay. Now I'm going to think you don't love me.
I'm nasty to you every day. Why do I need just one day for it? I want to spread this out across the whole year.
Ah.
It is Organize Your Home Office Day.
Okay, that does not sound like anything I'll be doing.
Yeah. Peanut cluster day.
Yuck.
You don't like peanut clusters?
No. Do not like the peanut itself.
Oh, no peanuts at all, huh?
No, unless it's in butter form.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you like your peanut butter crunchy then, or no?
No. It's that involves peanuts.
Okay, interesting. All right, and then finally it is Unique Names Day.
Unique Names Day. All right.
Yeah. So do you know anybody with a really unique name?
I probably do. It's just kind of escaping me now. Your middle name threw me off for like 50 years.
I remember that. I have 2 different women in my life that have really unique names. One is Jasana, which I don't know that I'd ever heard before that.
Okay.
And then another girlfriend whose name is Seika.
Oh, like the coffee.
Not quite.
Okay. Oh, that's Senka. Okay.
Yes. All right. That was it for special events for today.
All right. Number of the day is 165,000. That's tons of wild birdseed used in the UK each year. And that goes under our Who Cares category.
My thing was I was wondering if that's the number 1 dream in the UK. Wild bird.
Wild bird seed. Okay, let's do the odd news. I think we're wrapping up our show today. Looking at 8:45 right now. And it's not playing. It's kind of playing.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing.
Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
There you go. It is your odd news. We always start off with the news tack where the first statement is true and the second statement is a bad joke. And here with the worst joke of the day is Val.
Thank you for giving me this honor, Scott.
You're welcome.
Russia released a list of unfriendly countries.
Okay.
And it's every country that's blocking the sale of Girl Scout cookies to Putin.
Could we bribe him with cookies?
If it worked.
What's up with all the cookies in our stories today? Weird.
I don't know. And it's not even National Cookie Day.
Wow.
Put that cookie down now!
That's what Putin says if you touch one of his cookies.
You gotta put that cookie down now.
Skinny inmate held in a jail in Poland wiggled through the bars of his cell door and was charged with attempted escape. And not eating enough gruel.
You'd get skinny and living on that prison food too, I think.
Yeah, totally.
China has been calling Russia's war on Ukraine a, quote, complex situation. So if it were up to China, that thing in the 1940s would be called World Situation Number 2?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Researchers find that those of us who include a dish of fish in our diet each week tend to see better. See, honey, fish sticks are health food.
I only eat fish like twice a year, unless it's battered and fried. Yes, that's true.
That's right.
Some Americans are blaming Biden for high gas prices, even though a U.S. president doesn't have that kind of influence. Now, the beef jerky inside the gas station? Yeah, he definitely has power of those prices.
Yeah, complain now. According to researchers, hummingbirds have the brains the size of a grain of rice like Scott, but have superb memories. Especially when it comes to remembering the location of a food source. Yep, it's like me. You only need a grain of rice. I've got a huge brain, and it still takes me 10 minutes to remember where I sat down my soft drink, but yet a hummingbird can go right to it each time. Maybe I can have brain surgery and say, just leave me a grain of rice, please.
You know, and I've noticed that with the hummingbirds around here. They know exactly where I had the feeders the previous year. Yeah. And it's interesting to me because they supposedly only live 3 years. So, yeah, they must be telling the kids where the food is.
That explains the story I had of the hummingbird that flew into the RV, did a hard left, went all the way back to the kitchen table, and flew right into Mooch's mouth. Swear to God. Both me and the cat had huge eyes. We're like, did that just happen? And she waited a couple seconds. She's like, oh my God, there's a bird in my mouth. And then you heard it.
I bet you that beak really hurt the top of her mouth.
Oh, but it was just like, I've never seen anything like that. It flew right. It's like it flew into the RV and went, uh-oh, there's a cat.
Oh.
All right, sorry.
A study finds that parents tend to overstate the joys of parenting.
Huh.
Apparently, they've been talking to my folks again.
You weren't the problem, kid. That was me.
Yes, you were the problem child.
Yes. Authorities in Germany arrested a drunken hearse driver. Should I just stop there? He was specially arrested after he bit the policeman who stopped him for driving erratically. He couldn't convince the cop that the only reason he was behind the wheel was because his designated driver was dead. That's bad.
I would blame that on like a zombie thing, right?
Yeah, I heard noises coming from the coffin. I was trying to get away from it. All right, on to wacky but true. We don't add anything to these stories, but sound effects. Val.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh, I'm waiting for, some more dramatic music, I guess. I don't know why. Hey, what's hidden in your teen's bedroom?
Dirty socks. Lots of dirty socks. What it is.
Back in 2016, a Texas dad went viral when he found his 16-year-old daughter's secret booze hidden in her bedroom. After saying he hopes she's having fun on her trip to South Padre Island, he tries to guess why the bottle might be in her bedroom and wraps it up with, "Hey, when you get home, I'd like to talk to you about this."
Oh, so he stuck that note to the bottle?
No, I think he went viral, so he did this whole thing online.
Oh.
Must have TikToked it or something.
Talk about this when we're getting home. And this is the way the conversation goes with any teenager.
You are acting so weird and immature.
Dad. Kentucky lottery winner's celebration didn't last very long when he was arrested days after scooping up $250,000 as a lottery prize. Days after winning, Joseph Hellard was pulled over for an expired registration. Officers brought in a canine unit to search his car. They must have been suspicious. During which time they discovered a smoking pipe containing white crystal substance on the driver's seat and in the center console. Police reports later confirmed that substance was methamphetamine.
So our son's truck was stolen recently, and when it was recovered, he said the smell was horrendous, and it was because they had crack or meth crystals or whatever you want to call it, crystal meth in the car, and had been smoking it. And he goes, it took days to get that smell out. So that's probably why the police knew that it was there.
Ew.
The smell.
Ew. All right, special crystal meth notification.
That was a close one, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, in every contest, there must be a loser.
So never give a loser $250,000 in lottery money. End of story.
Just go buy drugs.
That's right. All right, ice fishing with Val.
3 anglers are safe after a homemade ice fishing shanty was blown about a mile across the bay in Michigan by winds that neared 50 miles per hour. A person on shore called authorities Sunday morning after seeing someone struggling with the shanty as it was being blown across the ice. The shanty, which had been occupied by 3 men, was about 1.5 miles offshore when deputies arrived. A fire department airboat was taken to the site for rescue, but the 3 men eventually were able to make it across the ice to shore on their own.
So that's like a rogue ice shanty?
Gives hooky bobbing a whole new meaning.
New movie, Runaway Ice Shanty. Let's go live.
Can I put my clothes back on? My nipples are getting cold.
Val said it was okay to play that. Really?
Blame it on Val.
Yep, she said. I discussed it with her, and she said, "Okay." Teenager who...
Because I make poor choices at times. It's usually on a Friday or Saturday night, but I do make poor choices.
Poor choices. Oh. All right.
A teenager who scaled a tree at an Indianapolis park to rescue a cat he spotted high up in the branches ended up stuck himself and needed to be rescued.
I came up here to get the cat, and now I'm going to call for help. Hey, that sounds like a teenager in a tree.
The worst part is he forgot his phone on the ground.
Oops, dropped it. A bear in Italy that made headlines when it broke into a bakery has been captured and taken to a sanctuary. Aww. 2-year-old bear made headlines in November when the animal broke into a bakery late at night and feasted on what, Val? The same thing I eat in the middle of the night.
Cookies.
Cookies. The bear was tranquilized after the incident and moved to a remote area of the national park, much like they do to me. But the animal was spotted in town about a week later.
You know, there's an important part missing from this story.
What's that?
I want to know what kind of cookies.
I can tell you that.
Put that cookie down now!
Oh, bet it was an Oreo. All right, Val.
I guess it's my turn.
I think so.
The general manager of an Austin, Texas movie theater believes a real-life bat got into a showing of the new Batman movie as a prank. During a Friday viewing, one of the moviegoers said the film had to be paused when staff realized there was a real live bat flying around the theater. Management paused the movie and made multiple attempts to get the bat out, but those attempts were ultimately unsuccessful. The theater offered to give refunds, but a majority of the crowd opted to stay and watch the film, bat and all.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't bother me at all. It was in my hair. Bat in a movie theater showing Batman. Wow.
Things like that only happen in the movies, Robin. This is real life.
Yes.
I was waiting for the same bat time, same bat channel.
And it's that same cat time, same cat channel, actually.
Oh, that's true.
All right. How about this? A man in Chile landed in the hospital after drinking an atomic cocktail at his bachelor party and slipping into a coma. What's in an atomic cocktail? That's the first thing I thought.
That's the question I asked as well.
Have you ever had an atomic cocktail?
I haven't, but they list the ingredients and it's gross.
The groom-to-be that went into the coma drank a cocktail with alcohol, mustard, margarine, and bacon. And then passed out and went into a coma.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh. Was it the alcohol, the
bizarre.
mustard, the margarine, or the bacon? Or was it the combination of all mixed nitroglycerin?
So many questions.
So many questions and no answers. We need help.
I know when there is a trouble and when there is not a trouble. And I can definitely tell you that there is a trouble. You may rest assured of that.
Well, that was absolutely no help. But that is a problem. All right, that is our show for today. It is a Tuesday. The one and only Dr. Jazz comes in at 6 o'clock. Every night at 6 o'clock, we start different genres of music, and he kicks it off tonight with 3 hours of jazz. Yes, the one and only Dr. Jazz. This is what Dr. Jazz said the first time he was in my apartment.
What a great place. You know, you can tell so much about a person from the way they live. Just looking around here, I can tell you're a genuinely dirty person.
I am. All right. Thanks for tuning in and being here so much. All right. Keep on listening today. Northern Lights Public Radio. It is KCHW 102.7. And I was trying to find those words of wisdom from what was her name? Jennifer Lopez? Yeah.
Yes.
Whenever it feels uncomfortable to tell the truth, that's often the most important time to tell it. All right. That one's going to stick with me. Thank you.
Words to live by.
That's right. I'm Scott.
And I'm Val.
And it's KCHW 102.7. Have an awesome day.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah, Loon Lake, Clayton,
It's 8:58.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock tires,